Cardi does good on her solo as well as the tracks she has features on. After 7 years, her sophomore album is finally here. It is on her YouTube page where she has over 19 million subscribers.
So the wait is over.
Yes, baby, the wait is over.
Well, it took her long enough.
Now see, I'm not going through this with you today. That might be true, but guess what? It is here now. And here is my review. My favorite track is the one that features Lizzo. Although She Is Vulnerable is a lot of tracks, there are a lot of tracks where Cardi is talking her ish. She have some new hits as well as some not so new hits. WAP is one of her old bangers as well as Up. Some hits are Principle, featuring Janet Jackson, and a song she has featuring Kehlani. Features are usually bangers. My favorite solos are Magnet and Better Than You. Overall, the album is pretty tight. I would say there are almost no skips. By the way, this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. Therefore, everything is allegedly.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I heard some bangers. And that Lizzo track is what's up.
Right, but as far as repeats, it has to be the ones that I just mentioned. Let me know what your fave is. So here goes my review track by track. Let's go. Alright, so Lizzo comes through with the vocals. And guess what? Cardi comes through with the vocals and then Lizzo hits it out of the park with her vocals once again. So Lizzo as well as Cardi did that. The song is called What's Going On. Say on her wedding day he cried. So now she wants to know what's going on since the wedding. She told him to be careful with her. I guess he did everything but be careful in the end, because now they going through a divorce. Loving this track. Definitely a must-hear. Lizzo and Cardi have collaborated before. They didn't disappoint then, and they do not disappoint on this song. They jamming. Give it a 10 out of 10. What more can you ask for good singing and good rapping? Let's go to another one of my favorites, which is the song featuring Kehlani. Safe featuring Kehlani. Say she don't need a rich ninja, just somebody to make her feel safe. Now Cardi, why you out here playing? Sounds good though, I ain't gonna lie. Kehlani comes through and puts that R&B feel to the song. She did that. She and Cardi sound good together. But most women want a man that make her feel safe, and in return, she holds him down. Good concept, but Cardi, you only seem to mess with rich ninjas. Good song though, give it 8 out of 10. Another jam. Let's talk Principle featuring Janet. Principle featuring Janet Jackson. You better do that. Yes, she got a song featuring Janet. Miss Jackson, if you nasty. Cardi talking her trash once again, but she did that. I am feeling the flow and the lyrics. She say can't be out here playing with a bee like me. There's ninjas out here praying for a bee like me. Now that's what's up. You better have confidence in yourself. She say take her to meet your mother. It's the principle. I guess cause if you can't take her to meet your mother, you really not worth her time. Why? Because it's the principle. So this is a trash-talking lyrical song. She say it is the principle. Loving this beat. Although it's supposed to be remix, it really doesn't sound like the original. Oh yeah, some of the beat in the background is from the original Pleasure Principle by Janet, so I guess that is the remix part. Could have done with a little more Janet though, since she's supposed to be featured on it. I thought Janet was going to come on the track, but she never did. Still, all in all, a good track. This one I give a 9 out of 10 because not only was she talking her ish, it was lyrical as well, and the beat was relaxed and on point. Guess one of my favorite from the album. Another jam is Nice Guy featuring Tyla. All right, she got a feature with Tyla. Nice, smooth beat. Beat is smooth and smexy, and Tyla does her thing on the track. And once again, so does Cardi. No wonder she was taking up for Tyla. Talking about what y'all want the girl to do when people didn't buy her last track. Liking this track also. So she got a lot of good features. A lot of good feature to go on tour and bring out desses. Wonder if she will be like Smexy Red and go on tour while she pregnant. Knowing Cardi, she will probably wait until she has her baby because unlike Smexy, she's pretty much an established artist. Give this one a 8 out of 10. So far, so good. Another track is Magnet. I am loving this one also. Love the beat, love the bars on this one. She dissed JT on this and Uzi may have caught a stray. I give it an 8 out of 10. Another banger. Love the way she talked her trash on this one. Good delivery. Another good beat. Not really a lot of skips. Maybe 1 or 2 so good album. Say she looks so good she can win a pageant. Kudos to Cardi because I hear people out there talking about her face. But she don't pay it any mind. You gotta love it. Sounds like she is saying JT kicked Carisha when she was down. I don't know if I agree completely with that, but I can see where she coming from on that. After the whole Diddy debacle, seems like JT did have a falling out with Carisha, but it could have been slightly before that. And is she talking about JT's man? When she talking about she never had to put it in his, yeah, you be the judge of that one when you listen to the song. Next song we talking about is Check Please. Another good beat and kinda mellow song. Did I say almost no skips? And another one. She says the ninjas ain't doing the numbers her last album did. She say she got more money than the ninjas that you be messin' with. So Cardi is saying she don't have to rely on a man, she can do it on her own. You better talk your trash, Cardi. Not her saying she the reason that B's got deals for the last few years. You know what? There was a drought in female hip-hop prior to Cardi. So after Cardi, it did seems like the floodgates opened for female. All right, I'm feeling you on that. She need more money than problems. She needs that check, please. This one is a good one. Another banger. 8 out of 10 on this one. Let's talk about On My Back featuring Lourdes. This one to me is a potential skip. So before we talk about another banger, which there is another banger, let's talk about this track she has featuring Lourdes. Why Lourdes come in sounding like Janet? How Janet did on one of her tracks? She come in sounding like Janet on this one. Another good one though. Not as good as the one with Kalani, but okay. Give it a 6 out of 10. It was alright. Let's talk WAP. As we know, it is on the album. WAP. Of course, this one was a huge hit for Cardi. Everybody was doing the WAP when this one came out, but it is old now. Although it is a 10, gonna have to give it an 8 because it has been out for so long. Nice Guy, featuring Tyla, is another banger. Yes, another one and another one. Alright, she got a feature with Tyla. Nice smooth beat. No wonder she was taking up for Tyla. Liking this one also, so she got a lot of good features. A lot of good feature to go on tour. Wonder if she will be like Smexy Red and go on tour while she pregnant. Knowing Cardi, she will probably wait until she has her baby because unlike Smexy, she is pretty much an established artist. Give this one a 7 out of 10. She also has a nice track with Selena Gomez, another Spanish connection. Now back to another banger. There are so many. Let's talk Hello. Starts off hard. Another trash-talking banger. The beat on point. Check. The flow on point. Check. I give this an 8 out of 10. I can see this one being a club banger. She says she turned up at the party. Loving it. Shower Tears featuring Summer Walker. She has 2 tracks with Summer Walker. This one to me is better one of the 2. This one has London on the track. So London still making beats with Summer Walker. It is a mellow beat. Once again talking about Offset. Talking about her frustration in her relationship with Offset. Another vulnerable song. She say the door is not always open. I think it's safe to say the door is closed. So another one with Summer Walker. I give it a 7 out of 10. Although it was a good feature, I like a couple of the other features better. Good track though. Good to switch it up bit. Let's talk Dead featuring Summer Walker. Summer Walker came in mellow and Cardi was turned up, but it still worked. But what about the message though? Talking about want all these itches unalive? Well, I give it a 5 out of 10. It was okay, but a little over the top. Let's talk Man of Your Word. Not sure who it is talking at the beginning. Obviously, she talking about Offset. She say he need to drop his confessions. Alright, Offset, you need to do like Usher and come out with your confessions. She had a sit-in for Offset confessing all of his indiscretions. Not sure who dude was on the song. She was mainly talking Offset not being a man of his word. Wonder what she gon' say on her next album about Stefan. She did admit she made mistakes also. Nice track. Sounds vulnerable. For that, I give it a 7 out of 10. She did switch it up a little bit and get vulnerable with it. Look, getting tired now, but there are some more jams, so let's go. Better Than You track. A smooth beat track. Loving it. She want people to know that she is better than the average, so she has confidence. Everyone should have confidence in themselves, the truth be told. Once again, Cardi talking her ish. Loving this beat. She smell, taste, face, so everything on her is better than everybody except for me, of course. Something we should all have is confidence in ourselves. Love to see the confidence. I give this beat and flow an 8. There is something about this track right here. Next track, Trophies. Trophies. The beat is banging. Classic Cardi flow. Cardi goes hard on this track. I am feeling this one. She say bad bees make ish happened and hating people make excuses. So once again, Cardi talking her itch and I am here for it. Let's talk time. She give shout out to Lotto. She say bad yellow bee looked like Lotto. Somebody better get her cause she out here looking fine. So that is a shout out to Lotto. And people are saying that maybe Lotto should be on the remix. Another good beat and Cardi talking her ish. On the track Salute, she slowed it down just a tiny beat. Another good beat though, she say salute the itches. Of course, she considers herself a real bee, so salute to Cardi. She does not call names of anyone in particular of who we should salute. She a real one because she got out of the mud. We all saw her come up from love and hip through the things she'd been through with getting married, being cheated on, and having kids. So salute to Cardi for being a real one is what this song seems to be about. And of course, if you consider yourself a real one, salute to you. Till in you H's, the beat is super chill. Once again, she talking her ish. Say she the baddest bish a ninja ever met. So once again, Cardi talking her ish. She say not a hair out of place. She say what you want, but you can't call her broke. So Cardi talking her ish once again. The beat is smooth. Cardi talking her trash again. I'm have to get it 7 for the smooth mellow beat. Next song, Imaginary Players. The beat is smooth and laid back. I'm really feeling this beat. She had her work cut out for considering it was a remix. She talking her ish once again. I give this track an 8. It is one of my favorites. She say she Bronx legend. You heard my flop and your flop is not the same. If you did my numbers, y'all will pop champagne. If I hop off plane, indicating would unalive herself. I give this song an 8 out of 10. When I initially heard it, thought was a 7, but it fits good with the album. Cardi once again talking her ish. Letting people know what's up. All I can say is Barty Gang better get to streaming so Cardi can pop champagne. Let's talk outside. It is that in-your-face beat and lyrics. Talking about good-for-nothing ninjas. Seems to be dissing Offset. I give this 8 out of 10. I can see people playing this in the club. Like her flow on this beat. She feeling some way about being cheated on, but she still knows somebody want her, although she went through it with her man. So she ain't worried about nothing, although some ninjas ain't bout ish. She gonna get another man, believe that. So that one is a jam. Let's talk the song Bodega. Has a Spanish feel. The track is extra speed up. Not my kind of beat, but it is part of her heritage, and it is good to have a change of pace. Sounds good, just not my cup of tea, so give it a 5 out of 10. Let's talk Beadis. Let's talk Pretty and Petty. Pretty has a pretty good beat. I like the beat, and let's talk about the lyrics to the song. The lyrics are dedicated to Bia. Like wow, she diss Bia the entire song. She say with a pow pow to your head, name 5 songs by Bia. She pause and make pow pow song, and say she unalive. Say she rather be unalived on the surgery table and walk around here looking like Bia. Well, let us know how you really feel. Say she told her not to talk about her kids. So now we know why she really mad. Bia get in the booth. 24 hours for your response. Sounds like she calling out Bia. But you can take your time, cause Cardi said she do things on her own time. Cardi say, it's like you don't have no career. I'm sure in the future you will come through and prove her wrong, I guess. So yeah, she dissed JT. Yeah, she dissed Bia. I believe that was it. I don't think she said anything about Meg, Glorilla, or Smexy. But these girls never said anything about Cardi either that I can remember. Nothing wrong with a little sparring and rap, as long as they keep it on wax and out of the street. So overall, I give the album an 8 out of 10. I predict that it could sell as many as 300,000 the first week out. Those are my predictions. What say you, busybodies? Get busy in the comments and let me know.